Since 2004, the scale of malaria interventions has been unprecedented. Through global coordination, over 3.5 billion insecticide-treated nets have been produced and shipped worldwide. The delivery of roughly 3.1 billion of these ITN units has been concentrated in sub-Saharan Africa. It is one of the largest sustained logistical movements of synthetic material for use in disease prevention in history. But the material reality is that ITNs are manufactured from high-density polyethylene and polyester, and collectively, this intervention has introduced more than 2 million tons of plastic into the region. These nets have a functional lifespan of just a few years. Once the insecticide wears off, or the fabric tears, they can quickly transition from being a vector control tool to a waste management problem. And the waste problem begins even before a net reaches a home. The packaging, the individual bags, straps, and baling materials create an immediate waste stream at the time of distribution that requires urgent management. In rural and urban Africa, discarded plastic can often accumulate in open drainage channels where it entangles with organic debris to form impermeable plugs that cause stagnant water to overflow, creating flood hazards and breeding grounds for diseases. Research suggests that nearly a third of the volume of old nets and packaging end up in open-air burn piles. This converts the plastic into hazardous atmospheric emissions and microplastic runoff, trading one health risk for another. It's challenging. Sometimes there's little option but to adapt a waste management best practice into a next to best waste management practice. Because formal disposal infrastructure is often absent, there are also rates of misuse or inappropriate repurposing of ITNs with which to contend. To protect the progress we've made against malaria, our next great logistical challenge is the responsible management of the materials that made that progress possible. For years, national malaria programs and their global partners have recognized and responded to this challenge, with the acknowledgement that they aren't just distributing nets, they are simultaneously being tasked with creating the pathway for there to be a responsible life cycle for every item of vector control material introduced. We are already seeing the impact of national malaria programs specifying delivery of ITNs in bulk packaging rather than in individual bags. By removing individual plastic sleeves and optimizing transport volumes, national malaria programs have successfully cut millions of tons of single-use plastic before it ever reaches the community. Success like this isn't new territory. We've seen this success before with indoor residual spraying. Programs established rigorous protocols to ensure operations were tracked, contaminants neutralized, and any waste disposed of without environmental harm. Today, the opportunities to expand on past successes have increased. The private sector is no longer on the sidelines. We are entering a new era of public-private partnerships where advanced technology and the expertise of local industry is able to address the scale of public health waste management requirements. The available tech environment has also shifted significantly. Previously unexplored opportunities for partnership in countries like Nigeria and Ghana, as well as others, are emerging, turning the waste into wealth for local businesses and enterprises. First, there's upcycling, collecting and passing along used strapping material to organizations and initiatives that subsequently use the straps as the primary material for weaving new, attractive baskets and handbags. Old ITNs themselves can also be recycled, but to recycle old ITNs, they must first be collected. This involves significant planning and coordination. By shredding nets and packaging to create plastic sand composites, we aren't just cleaning the environment, we're building it. These bricks are stronger, more durable, and more water resistant than traditional concrete. Structures made from these bricks heat up more slowly in the blazing sun. For industrial scale impact, there is also an opportunity to have secondary raw material production. Shredded plastic is converted into high-grade PCR feedstock. These pellets become the essential starting material for extruding electrical conduit and other tubing used for construction in local communities. There is also advanced chemical recycling, or pyrolysis, which acts as the ultimate reset button. It can potentially handle very dirty or degraded nets made from polyethylene with ease, chemically unzipping the polymers back into gas and oil. By solving the waste problem, we prevent open-air burning, reduce toxic emissions, and provide low-cost infrastructure endpoints for the very communities the nets were sent to protect. This is how we ensure that the tools of health today build the foundations of tomorrow. We are at a crucial crossroads. This is our opportunity to take ITN waste management to scale, aligning our efforts with both broader global and hyper-local plastic initiatives and setting the stage for every tool that follows. We must be candid. Not every attempt will be perfect. Innovation is inherently messy, and in this space, we won't always succeed on the first try. Learning from mistakes is the most important part of improving the work we do today. This work isn't just about plastic. Solving for ITN waste is the blueprint for the next generation of public health challenges. Malaria programs will inevitably face new hurdles, like the rising tide of e-waste from digital health tools and the plastic waste generated by introduction of new vector control tools like spatial emanators. By building these systems now, we aren't just cleaning up the past, we are applying learned practices to the vector control tools of the future. We are ensuring that our health systems are as sustainable as they are effective. The moment to innovate is now, because the legacy of our fight against malaria should be a healthier world, not a more polluted one.